Well, this is how far I got with the rapid brushwork so far. I want to do a bit more exploratory work on this smaller canvas. A bit of sponge roller work as well as possibly some knife work as well. Hopefully you can see now I've been using a palette knife to work this up. In fact, one of my favourite knives, this one, which is an interesting shape. As you can see there, you can use it in many different ways from the tip to the sides. And I want to now go back in with the brushes. I've got sort of nice texturing I wanted over these larger areas here. I'm going to go back in with the brushes now, start slabbing in. What I'll do tomorrow, maybe tomorrow anyway, start slabbing in these colours. Again, not with a knife this time, but with a flat brush. And pure colours, as slabs of them where they need to be. For instance here, nice big, to match, to link with the painting knife work. Where a painting knife has a raised handle and the palette knife has a flat straight through handle, which is right, just missing on the palette, but the fingers would touch otherwise. So I just want to get these lovely blocks of colour in here now. Nice slabs of colour coming across. In fact, it's quite straight down there, so we'll do one direct line right the way down there. It's thick white in this case. That comes up to part of his hat here. Want to be nice and quick with the paint. That's plastic paint. This is a small study. I've been doing some quite big ones recently, but I've decided now it's just nice to come in and paint some slightly smaller ones, 24-30s and so on. Chances are that I'll come back into this with more colours as well as these. I'm not just going to do the white, I'm going to bring more colour in as well. I just want to show you how this can work. At the moment, just with such simple slabs of colour, it's lovely to work with. So I'm going to come back and work some more colours up like this, but nice and slab-like again. Nice creamy, this lovely use of thick, heavier and pastel colours across textures and a drier surface. The picture's almost there, you know, even as we are, isn't it? It's wants to be a little bit contemporary, I think, in the feel for the abstract shapes. Look how effective that is. That's just with a few of the whites added, because I'm going to come back with other colours yet. We've got some more creams and things to put in yet as well. Talking about those creams, let's have a look at them now. Once we've got some yellow on the brush, we'll do just that. Just look at these different yellows a little bit more. I've got the bands of the umbrellas stance to put in yet. Not quite happy there yet. And of course we've got little bits of colour to add in around as well. Some places you want softer edges and some places you want harder edges. Very, very deep now, Prussian blue. Just to darken in some of these bits of shadow back here, give it a bit more depth. Just want the feeling of these umbrella parasol supports. Well, I'll look at that in daylight tomorrow because you really can't see it. So I won't do any more tonight because the light's got too low and too artificial. Well, you can see the colours more correctly now at the daylight. Now I've turned daylight on. Let's have a go at just finishing off these colours now with the slabs of paint, because we're using just brushwork now. We could do a bit of sponge roller if we wanted some texture, but I think we're okay with brushwork on this now. I'll use a smaller brush. Just need to pick up on some of the colour we haven't quite got here. So a very light violet now, which appears to work like a white in the shadow, where we're going to just balance things and make them work. We should be almost done with this painting. I mean, it's attractive as it is. We don't really need too much more. And I was thinking of putting in an umbrella right down here, because obviously we've got them up here and I've transferred these across. It doesn't really make sense, so we might need one or two umbrellas, and I might use some masking tape for that. It could be quite effective. We need to go back to some of the slightly darker colours again, so back to a little bit of purple here now. These little bits that can just, bits of colour that can just bring things out, which are rather nice. They're just warm against cool, light against dark. And with the colour hues, we can play different colour hues together as well to make each one stand out a bit more. We get these colours absolutely right, and that white there is a little bit too stark. I just want to make that a tad green, just a little touch of green into it. Let's just see what happens. Maybe even my light blue actually. Let's just see what happens if I do that. Just needs to take the white off it a little. Bring that warmer green against there. Must be nearly there, I think. It's just some of these greens just need to come into here a bit. There, I think things are suddenly sitting where they should. Yep, I think that's suddenly there. So we'll sign that and we'll put that finished. And go on to the next in the Secret series. But I do want to get onto some painting of some English scenes if I can. Still. Why isn't it flowing? That will just help. This little bits of blue will just help to balance the signature a little bit. Any little thing that matters. I think that will have to do, otherwise I can fiddle with it too much and it will lose its freshness.